Okay, so let's do module 5 review and let's see how that goes. So the very first thing that we have to do is get the equation of the line. But before we can do that with 2 points, we have to get the slope. So the slope is going to be 3 minus 1, 6 minus negative 2. So my slope is equal to 2 over 8, which is 1/4. Point slope form. Now, I don't care which one you use. You can either do y minus 1 equals 1/4 x plus 2. Oh, I forgot there we go. Or you can do y minus 3 equals 1/4. Oops, that's not 1/4. 1/4 x minus 6. Either way, it will work. Sorry, I am. Give me a second. Got the dogs. Gosh, will you open? Sadie, shut up. Sadie! Enough. No. Enough. Okay, so review 5, and we need to find the equation of the line. So first thing, we need to find the slope. So m equals 3 minus 1, 6 minus negative 2. So I get a 2 on top and an 8 on the bottom, and I get 1/4. Now I come down here, I'm going to put it in the point slope form, and you can use either one of the points. It doesn't matter if you use the first point, x minus or plus 2. If you use the other point, y minus 3 equals 1/4 x minus 6. Now, in order to get slope-intercept form, I'm going to take y minus 1 equals 1/4 x plus 2. I'm going to multiply through, get 1/4 x plus. Now, I'm going to leave it as 2/4 for a minute because I'm going to get rid of that fraction. I'm going to multiply everything by 4. So I'm going to get, well, that was weird. 4y minus 4 equals x plus 2. So I'm going to subtract x to the other side, and I'm going to get negative x plus y, and I'm going to add the 4 to the other side, and I'm going to get 6. But you can't have a negative on front of the x, so I'm going to divide everything by negative 1. Oh, I went straight to standard form. Sorry about that. That would be x minus y equals negative 6. If I wanted the slope intercept, I could have taken from right here, y minus 1 equals 1/4 x plus 1/2, and added 1. So y equals 1/4 x, and 1 is the same thing as 2 over 2, so that would be plus 3 over 2. So y equals 1/4 x plus 3 over 2. Okay, so let's go to this one. It's already giving us a slope. So y plus 3 equals 5 times the quantity x minus 2. So if I was to multiply that through, I get y plus 3 equals 5x minus 10. Subtract the 3 to the other side. My slope-intercept would be y equals 5x minus 13. If I wanted to have standard form, I would have subtracted 5x from both sides. I would have negative 5x plus y equals negative 13, but you can't have that negative, so I would divide. So I would get 5x minus y equals positive 13. Last but certainly not least, I would get y plus 4 equals 7 times the quantity x minus 3. I'm going to take that y plus 4 equals 7x minus 21. If I was going to do slope-intercept, I would have y equals 7x minus 25. And I'm going to erase this. And so y equals 7x minus 25. Subtract 7x from both sides. Get negative 7x plus y equals negative 25. Again, can't have a negative a value, so I would get 7x minus y equals 25. Okay, next. So I'm going to figure out the slope. My slope I know is negative. It goes through this point right here. And it goes through this point right here. So I've gone down 1, 2, 3, 4. So that went down 4. And I went over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So negative 4/6, which is the same thing as negative 2/3. And point slope, you could have several. If I use this one, it would be y minus 1 equals negative 2/3 x plus 3. If I was to use this point right here, it would be y plus 1 equals negative 2/3 x. And if you want to put the minus 0, you can. And if you were to use this point, you would have y plus 3 equals negative 2/3 x. What is that? Minus 3. And if I was going to say slope-intercept form, well, this one, the red, this is the intercept. So y equals negative 2/3 x minus 1. And if I want to make that into standard form, I would multiply everything by 3, and I'd get 3y equals negative 2x minus 3. Add the 2x to both sides and get 2x plus 3y equals negative 3. A city parking garage charges $4 to park for up to 2 hours. After that, an additional charge of $2.50 per hour applies. So that means, at 2 hours, it costs $4, and then we have a slope of $2.50. Now, what this should have said is x has to be greater than 2. Because from 0 to 2, it's still $4. It would be a piecewise picture, and we're not going to deal with the piecewise now, but that's what would have happened. So if I make a point slope, that would be y minus 4 equals 2.5 x minus 2. Now, if I'm going to multiply that through, I get y minus 4 equals 2.5 x minus 5. Okay, if I add 4 to both sides, I would get y equals 2.5x minus 1. Okay. And then I would subtract 2.5x minus 2.5x. So negative 2.5x plus y equals negative 1. Now, that's not a fraction per se, but it's not an integer. So that has to be an integer. So we need to multiply it by something to make it an integer. So I'm going to multiply this by negative 2. So that would get me 5x minus 2y equals 2. And that would be standard form. Nope. Yeah, I did that right. Okay. Then it says, given the tables answer the following questions. A movie streaming service charges a set fee for membership each month, plus an additional fee for the movies streamed each month. This table shows the total charge for different number of movies. Okay, so first things first, what's our slope? That went up by 3. That went up by 3. This went up by 2. This went up by 2. So our slope is 3 over 2. Awesome. So we have that right in slope-intercept form. So I'm going to pick one of these. Well, the easiest way to do this would be if this was 0, so you add 2. Okay, what plus 3 is going to get 14? Wouldn't that be 11? That's the easiest way to do it. So 3 over 2x plus 11, or you can do it point slope. Y minus 14 equals 3 over 2x minus 2. Y minus 14 equals 3 over 2x minus 3. Add 14 to both sides. And guess what? That's what you get. What is the meaning of the slope? It means for every $3 you can rent 2 movies. And what does the y-intercept mean? It means $11 is the cost of the membership. Okay, so which scatter plot is the best fit? Well, I look at this one. It has 2 above, has 4 below. This doesn't even really connect points. When I look at this seems to like go right down the middle. I'm going to say this one. Which equation represents the line of best fit for this? Well, let's see. The line going from through negative 2. That means it would go up like this kind of. So that wouldn't work. So I'm going to say no to that one. This one says it goes, D says it goes through 0, 0, and it's going to go up 3 and go through this. Okay. Don't really like that one, but well, I'll leave it up there for a minute. This one, I go through 1, 6 over 10. That would be 3 over 5. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 2, and that would go 1 over 2, up 1 over 2. I'm going to say that personally, I like this one. Okay. Adriana keeps the statistics for her favorite basketball team and creates the scatter plot. Adrian then draws a line of fit for the scatter plot. What does the slope of the line represent? Total points per free throws attempted. Okay. What else do we know? We know as the free throws get higher, the total points gets higher also. So that means it's a positive correlation. Okay, a researcher found that students who spent more time exercising each week also had higher average test scores. Describe the correlation. Okay, so it says spent exercising each week. So if I was to draw this, it says more time exercising, higher average. So means as I got out here, I'm going like this. So that's going to be a positive correlation. Because more time, higher. They're both going in positive directions. Okay. So this one, Lalita tracked the amount of time she studied each week and her scores on the weekly chemistry quiz for 8 weeks. She made this scatter plot for the data. Determine whether the data illustrates a correlation or a causation. Okay. I'm going to say the data shows that there is a positive correlation between, oh, why did it do that? Correlation come on, please, between study time and test scores or quiz scores. It is likely that studying does lead to higher scores. That was horrible. So that data also shows causation. Okay. Graph the function that passes through these points. Okay. -3 2. Oops, that's not 2. Negative 3, 2. Negative 1, 1. 1, 0. 3, negative 1. Okay? Then, remember that the inverse means that we're switching them around. So 2, negative 3. 1, negative 1. 0, 1. And negative 1, 3. So 2, negative 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, negative 1. 0, 1. And negative 1, 3. And there you go. Use the linear regression to estimate the weight in ounces of bluegill that has the length of 9.5. Has the length of 9.5. Okay. So if I was going to put this in, I am going to go to, hopefully I have this on here. Desmos. Okay. So I'm going to plug in my table, and I'm going to do 7, 4, and then I'm going to do 8, 7, and 9, 11, 9, 11, 11, 21, 11, 21, 12, 26, and last but not least, 13, 32. Okay, so, we might have a problem, Houston. Why? Nope. Oops. Where's the squiggly line? Well, okay, I am going to see if I can do it here. This off. Let's do this. Log in. Okay. We're going to save that. Okay, save. Okay, let's do this. Here we go. There we are. So, all I had to go onto my computer and do it. So it's the same information. I have my slope, I have my b value. So I'm going to come back over here and I'm going to do y and then 4.71429 x plus, nope, minus 30.30952, and it wants it at 9.5. So I put it into just my regular calculator, 4.71429, and multiply that by 9.5 and subtract 30.3952. And I would get y 14.5. And that would be ounces. Okay, so now again on this next one, on this next one, you're going to want to put it in also, and I am putting it in on my computer. So you have to give it a second. 4.3, 5.1, 7.6, 8.4, and 9.1. And over here, 6.2 and 9.6. 8.4, 6.5, 7.2, 2.5, 1.8, and 4.2, and then squiggly mx 2 plus b. Okay, let me hit save. What is this graph called? Let's call this graph review 5. There we go. So now we can come back to this right here and hit review 5 and open that up. Well, that was weird. Okay. Hold on. It switched my numbers up when I hit save. So give me a second. It doesn't have the right things yet. Are those the numbers I wanted? Yeah. Okay. So now let's hit this button. There we go. Nope, still not right. Okay, there we go. This is it. So we have our slope, we have our y-intercept, and we have our r value. So we have y, and we have negative 0.877775 x plus 10.52901. Okay? Write the equation of the line. And then, I know it's not asking it, but our r value is negative 0.8384. So our absolute value would be about 0.8. So this is a strong correlation. Okay, so we want to write the inverse function. So we're going to switch these two around. So we're going to switch it around. We're going to get 5, negative 6, 1, 4, and negative 3, 2. Okay. So if I was to write the equation of the line for this went up by 10, and this went down by 4. So my slope on this would be negative 5 over 2. If I picked a point, y minus 4 equals negative 5 over 2, x minus 1. So y minus 4 equals negative 5 over 2, x plus 5 over 2. Add 4. That's the same thing as 8 over 2. So my inverse function would be negative 5 over 2x plus 13 over 2. Okay, Shakira is running in a long distance race. If she maintains an average speed of 8 miles per hour, okay, 8 miles per hour, then the distance in miles she'd have left, where x is the number of minutes since Shakira raced. Write the inverse. I don't need this. We're writing the inverse. So the first thing is I change d of x to y. I change around my x and my y, so this becomes x. This becomes y. And I solve. I'm going to multiply everything by 15. So I get 15x equals negative 2y plus 150. Then I'm going to add 2y. No, I'm not. I'm going to subtract 150 to the other side. And I'm going to get 15x minus 150 equals negative 2y. Then I'm divide everything by negative 2. So now I would have, up here, I would have negative 15 over 2 plus 75 equals y. So the inverse function of d would be negative 15, I forgot the x. Negative 15 over 2x plus 75.